Enola Holmes 2 is the newest Netflix film to hit the platform on November 4th. It features great performances from all the cast, especially Millie Bobby Brown and Henry Cavill. Also a bigger and better fleshed out story than the first film, and at the end of the day will have you asking for more Enola Holmes films. I'm Chainsaw Reacts, this is my review for Enola Holmes 2. I remember watching the first film with my wife. We overall enjoyed the film. We had some issues here and there, but ultimately we loved Millie's performance as Enola Holmes. After seeing the trailers for Enola Holmes 2, I suspected I was going to enjoy this film as much as the first film, and I was kind of wrong. I enjoyed this film even more than the first one. And that's two main reasons. Number one, Millie's performance as Enola, I think, has improved in this just because we had to establish her in the first film. Now that we've already established her character in the first film, now here in the sequel, she can just go all in and there's no real having to introduce the character. It's just the character full on and we understand exactly what's happening when we're following her. And number two, it's shown in the marketing, Henry Cavill as Sherlock Holmes has more of a role in this film, which I really appreciated. Seeing the dynamic between Enola and Sherlock in this film is great. They of course teased a little bit, they had a little bit of that in the first film, but they definitely go more into their relationship, their dynamic in this film, and it made me at the end of the day wanting another Enola Holmes film and a Sherlock spin-off film, of course starring Henry Cavill. Enola Holmes 2 follows Millie Bobby Brown's Enola Holmes being tasked to find a missing girl, and from there goes in this whole entire adventure with some twists, some turns, and an unexpected reveal, and I quite enjoyed it. What I also appreciate about this film is the pacing. At no point was I bored or feeling that the film was lacking in certain areas. There are some moments that I feel like maybe we could have sped that up a little bit faster, but at the same time, I think the pacing going from really quick to kind of slowing down to kind of give us a moment to kind of breathe and also understand exactly what's happening in the story, the narrative to continue forward, I felt like it was a good balance. As I mentioned in the intro, the entire cast of Enola Holmes 2 are doing a great job here, giving us some very interesting characters, some trustworthy and not so trustworthy characters, and I can't wait for y'all to see that because it definitely was interesting for sure for me. I quickly want to talk about the fourth wall breaks because of course this was established in the first Enola Holmes film and once again it's brought back here. What I really appreciate about the fourth wall breaks is that it doesn't feel over the top. It doesn't feel forced. It doesn't feel like they're just trying to do something different within this film because easily Enola could not break the fourth wall and talk to us. But I like the fact that she does because it kind of gives us a little bit more insight into her thinking and her way of approaching certain things. I really like how they do it. And it's not too much. It doesn't get to the point where it's jarring. It feels natural for her to kind of look at us and to kind of speak and say something. It just adds a little difference to the narrative. As I also mentioned in the intro, that the story here for Enola Holmes 2 is bigger and grander than the first one. And even though the premise in regards to Enola finding this missing girl may sound simplistic, trust me, it's not. Usually when I watch a film for the first time, I like to theorize and guess on what's about to happen, and half the time I'm right. What I liked about it here is that I was theorizing and guessing as Enola Holmes 2 was playing. I was theorizing what may occur, what twist may happen, and sometimes I was right, but the majority of the times, I wasn't. And I appreciate that, because if I can guess something before it actually occurs, then it's kind of obvious. I like the fact that this film is not obvious in a sense to where it's giving you little breadcrumbs, but you may be connecting it over here, but actually it's something over here and you miss something and you go, oh, that happened. And that happened a couple times here. I like that I was surprised. I like that because if I can guess something, it's too obvious. They leave little breadcrumbs and you may follow a path and it turns out, nope, you're going on another path. And that was great. I do have a couple of issues with the film, and it's nothing too big to the point where it breaks the film or makes it to where it's not as enjoyable because I was having a great time watching Enola Holmes 2. There's a character in this film that has a prominent role, and I would say who's playing the character and what their character is doing, but I don't want to say anything. I don't want to give too much away. All I'm going to say is they're kind of one note, and it's an issue because I feel like the majority of the characters from Enola Holmes and Enola Holmes 2 are really fleshed out and showing multiple layers to their characters. This one, not so much, and it's kind of an issue, but I think you guys will know who I'm talking about when you see it. There's also a particular thing that happens to Enola in this film, and I can't say what it is, it's spoilers, but it's an issue, a roadblock, if you will, and all of a sudden, it's fixed. And I kind of wish that it wasn't the case, because I feel like it was too easy. Like, as I was mentioning earlier, the pacing in this film is pretty quick. Sometimes there's some slower moments, but it's not to the point where I'm bored or anything. It's a pretty good balance. But I feel like this was too quick. This is one of those moments where it was too fast and too simple to get past this roadblock. So if you watch the film, you might understand what I'm talking about. But yeah, I just kind of wish they would have worked on that a little bit different. Maybe the runtime, maybe they would have extended the runtime maybe a few more minutes to maybe give this roadblock a little bit more time to develop. Then I would understand how things transpire. I really can't say what it is. But when you see the film, you'll understand. Earlier in this video, I mentioned how you guys will be asking for Enola Holmes 3, a Sherlock spin-off film with Henry Cavill starring. I really feel like they may be going that route. I think Enola Holmes 3 is a definite thing. I really feel this film is going to be successful as the first one was on Netflix. I really feel like we're going to get that third film to at least complete a trilogy, but I just have a suspicion based on how they really developed and really had more screen time for Henry Cavill's Sherlock Holmes in this film, they may be setting up a spinoff with him being the lead in a Sherlock film. I could be completely wrong. They could announce Enola Holmes 3, Henry Cavill's back as Sherlock Holmes, he has more of a prominent role like he does here in the sequel, and they'll just stick with that. But I really just feel they may want to do a spinoff with just him in the lead, and maybe have Millie as Enola pop up. Who knows? I'm just theorizing. I don't know. Maybe it's a rights issue. Maybe they can't do a standalone Sherlock Holmes with Henry Cavill, but I would really like it. Enola Holmes 2 is fun, exciting, serious at points, funny, and overall a great mystery that I think is definitely worth the watch if you enjoyed the first film. And if even you haven't seen the first film, go check it out. Trust me, it's worth the watch. And then you guys will be excited and get ready for Enola Holmes 2 because it's coming soon. That's my overall initial thoughts. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I really enjoyed watching Enola Holmes 2. And I cannot wait for the announcement of Enola Holmes 3. Come on, Netflix. Get on it. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Talk to you guys soon. Peace out.